Cartwright Government House. I'm Regis Cartwright. This is ZNS.
Here's the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Job readiness called into question. Labor officials explain what's needed for success. Plus, volunteers trained for shelter management in preparation for hurricane season. And MSC Ocean Cay powers local employment with Bahamians leading key roles.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news tonight, with thousands of students now leaving school and new jobs expected to come on stream in Grand Bahama, concerns are growing about whether job seekers are truly prepared. The Labor Department says too many, both young and old, are entering the workforce without the skills, attitude, or appearance needed to succeed. Executive Director in the Ministry of Labor, Quintin LaRota, says too many Bahamians, both young and old, are showing up to the job market unprepared, lacking the necessary skills, proper attitude, or even suitable attire.
A lot of people want a job, but they don't want to work.
Labor officials say the issue often comes down to either a lack of awareness or a lack of resources, and in response, the Labor Department has rolled out initiatives from clothing drives to skills training through the National Training Agency and apprenticeship programs, all designed to help persons become job ready.
A business owner wants the customers feeling comfortable with the workers, right? They are providing a service, and you must look, act, dress, behave a certain way.
To help bridge the gap, LaRota says more open dialogue is needed, and forums could bring employers, unions, and workers together to discuss shared goals.
There's some people who believe, well, you know, all the business owner care about is that he make money. Some business owners say that, man, all these payments will do is come on the job and go on their cell phone, and so there needs to be an understanding of exactly what the expectations are and what the compensations are.
And with more jobs expected to come on stream in Grand Bahama, customer service is back in the spotlight. Officials say standards have dropped and need to be restored.
Grand Bahama used to be commended for its high customer service. When the Princess was open back in the day and you had people trained in customer service, passing those knowledge and skills on, I think after that establishment would have closed and those people with those skills and those know-how went off the scene, I think it left a void. Of course, we always want salaries to be higher and to be better, but you've agreed to work for a certain pay. And so while you're serving at that level, still be professional, still give your best, and you'd find that you would move up.
MSC Ocean Cay continues to provide jobs for hundreds of Bahamians. Tonight, hear how some are playing leading roles in this world-class destination. Our Yolanda Thompson-Evers has more details in this report.
Providing up to 1,000 jobs, Ocean Cay is living up to its promise of ensuring Bahamians have a meaningful place in the nation's growing tourism and sustainable sectors. The luxury destination has become one of the most talked about keys, not just among visitors, but also by those who work there. 3 men from Andros, Bimini, and Grand Bahama have found rewarding employment on the Cay, and they are certainly loving it. They had previously worked on other family islands for some time, but were looking for a change, and that's when they discovered Ocean Cay. Chuck Weish, originally from Bimini, was working in the hospitality industry in New Providence before finding his way back to his hometown, Bimini. He shares with us what it means to serve as the operations manager of the 95-acre Cay.
In the hospitality industry, you have to understand the guest expectation, and by understanding the guest expectation, then you can know how to blow them away.
Weish explains the unique advantages he believes the Bahamas brings to Ocean Cay, both culturally and operationally.
Well, I think the culture of the Bahamian people is something that guests want to see worldwide, and now we're really out there, and the guests come from far and near. We have many guests from Europe as well as the Americas now, and they're really here to see our culture.
Then there's Wentworth Donaldson, the inventory supervisor, a Grand Bahama native. He shares how he and his team work behind the scenes to keep operations running smoothly across the island.
Well, here what we do, we take care of everything as far as transport and removal of anything coming from the ship, as far as pallets, food, so forth. We store all the food for the keys, distribute to all the food trucks, bars, and so forth.
Wentworth explains that the joy of his job comes not only from ensuring employees are fully stocked with essential goods, but also from having the opportunity to pass on his expertise to his younger team members.
A good opportunity to build a career, save money, along the way mentor some of the younger ones that are working here as well.
Brian Russell, a native of North Andros, was one of the first individuals hired to work on Ocean Cay, originally joining the team as a lifeguard. Since beginning his journey in 2017, he was promoted to boat captain 2 years ago.
It's a good experience, and it's a nice, once you adjust and get used to the environment.
Russell sends this encouraging message for employees working away from their families to be encouraged and stay focused.
Whatever decisions young people make, they just got to make the best of it, adjust to the area and make the best of it, especially if they have families or trying to achieve whatever in life. That's the only way you can stick there and do it.
Thanks, Yolanda. Well, switching gears now, the Department of Social Services, the Department of Local Government, and Ministry for Grand Bahama hosting the first of its two-day shelters and shelter management workshop Wednesday to get volunteers prepared now that the hurricane season has begun. Tommy Mitchell from the Disaster Preparedness Unit within the Ministry for Grand Bahama and Chief Social Worker Pauline Bowen-Forbes say the training is needed to keep participants informed on what they have to do once a shelter is activated, also urging residents to bring essentials if they have to go to a shelter.
We're going to be starting with talking about the shelter themselves, talking about how it is they are actually selected, what are some of the criteria for selecting the shelter, and how they should be set up during activation. We're also going to be looking at administration in the shelter because, you know, that's important, from intake to how do we secure the persons in the shelter.
Bring your water, bring your food, bring your blanket, whatever supplies that you're needed. And I don't want to end this interview without saying, especially as it relates to our children, be mindful of bringing the necessities for the children. Children in the shelter, they need things to keep them occupied. They need maybe little games or what have you, but we're encouraging persons to remember your children in the planning.
Participants from the Red Cross, the Department of Social Services, and residents participated in the two-day training. Administrator for the city of Freeport, Preston Cooper, says there are 24 shelters on Grand Bahama, and officials want to ensure people who use those shelters are properly cared for.
The areas of training dealing with particularly those, the elderly, those persons perhaps who may not be able even to give themselves their own medication. The shelter workers should know how to give those medication if need be, how to deal in times of crisis, what should the response be, and they will be trained, and hopefully all goes well. At the end of the day, everyone is safe.
In other news, as the summer progresses, the local doctor is warning residents to take the necessary precautions to avoid heat exhaustion. Shalia Roll has more in this report.
As the summer sun beats down, staying hydrated and protected from the heat is more important than ever. And though no increase in heat-related illnesses has been reported, local doctors say now is the time to take preventative measures. Here are the symptoms of heat exhaustion.
Feeling dizzy, weak, sweaty, nauseated, and sometimes you can have headache. And this can actually progress and get worse it can progress to heat stroke. During a heat stroke, you actually can stop sweating and your body is no longer cooling itself during that time.
Certain groups are more vulnerable to heat exhaustion, including young children, the elderly, outdoor workers, and individuals with chronic illnesses.
Persons with chronic illnesses like heart disease, diabetes, kidney problems, and our outdoor workers and athletes. These are all persons that are very much prone to getting dehydrated quickly.
To stay safe, hydration is key. Dr. Stacy Bevins-Lang recommends drinking plenty of water throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty, and taking breaks in shaded or cool areas when outdoors.
Avoid alcohol, sugary drinks, or caffeinated drinks. These things cause you to become dehydrated quickly. Why? They cause you to go and pass more urine, so you become dehydrated.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
And still to come.
Meet the dockmaster behind Resorts World Bimini's smooth sailing cruise terminal. We'll have that story plus sports highlights in the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition returns.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison. You're gonna it right.
The Fluid Factory and the Rhythm 102.7 FM brings it to you. The Reunion 3, the mega old school party. Saturday, June 28th. Performing live. Bahamas is the one you know and love. The hitmaker Tanya Stevens.
Yo, Freeport, this is the girl Tanya Stevens inviting you to join me for the Reunion 3. And it's at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Yo, I want the boom box. Love the way you have the boom stuff.
Oh yes, Tanya Stevens live. Join all her hits at the Reunion 3. Saturday, June 28th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Get your early bird tickets now. This one will sell out. Tickets are $60 VIP, $100 platinum, table $650, skybox $2,800. Act like you know with Tanya Stevens performing live. Saturday, June 28th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Gates open at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now. Reunion3.com. Tanya Stevens performing live.
Make sure we see you.
Let's come together to worship in preparation for our nation's 52nd anniversary of independence at the Ecumenical Service of Praise and Thanksgiving at First Baptist Church, led by the Grand Bahama Christian Council on Sunday, July 6th at 3 p.m. The public is welcome. Keep the trend trending with Bethel's Air Conditioning and Refrigeration. Inverter units in Freon at unbeatable bonded and duty-paid prices while supplies last. Cash sale only at number 3 Milton Street. Call 602-5467. Come and be blessed at the New Life Worship Center in Freeport, Grand Bahama, where Bishop Simeon Ouden is the senior pastor. Services are on Sunday at 9 a.m. and Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Come and experience a time of praise and worship in the Word.
Welcoming Home. Get ready, Grand Bahama. The Welcoming Home Grand Expo and Empowerment Seminar is coming July 4th, 2025. Join us at the Grand Lucayan Convention Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for a day of inspiration, information, and opportunity. Hear key updates from the government and connect with top investors, entrepreneurs, and business leaders. Whether you're returning home or looking to grow your vision, this is your moment. The future of Grand Bahama is now. Be a part of it. That's Friday, July 4th at the Grand Lucayan. Don't miss it.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down, or call us at 352-5557, or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777, and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Well, he's the master of the docks. As we wrap up our Resorts Will Be mini series, we shine the spotlight on the dock master who's making it happen. With precision and expertise, he's keeping the cruise terminal running smoothly. Our Jolanda Thompson-Evers has more details in this report.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm doing great. I remember you guys from last year. Yeah. My name is Dustin Starr. I'm the dock master for the Resort Marina and the office personnel for the Marine Ops Department. What I do as a dock master, we manage the day-to-day operations of the marina, and as the office personnel responsible for managing the day-to-day administrative tasks to support the department. Mostly we hire boats, we assist the captains with immigration and customs, but basically like doing concierge services for all the boaters and stuff like that. Why I like it is because I like dealing with boats. I've been in this field for about 3 years now, so it's fun. I don't have to be in the office all day, really. Get to be out on the marina interacting with the guests, so I like it. I like doing that. Working at a marina as a dock master, I think it is a long-term job, but if you can get into it, it's you get to meet a lot of different people from different walks of life. Like in the background, you'll see we have a 135-foot yacht. You have people on a smaller boat, so you get a diverse group of people you get to meet and interact with, and you learn a lot about yourself because you have to put yourself out there. I didn't really know much about boats. I used to work for Bahamas Ferry, so I used to work on the ferry boat. But since working there, I fell in love with the Freeman boats and the Viking. Before Resorts World, I was shy and reserved. But since I've been here, I've been more outgoing. I've came out of my shell, and I'm grateful for that opportunity as well.
Well, locals in Grand Bahama are turning their Sundays into sun-soaked celebrations aboard the island's newest hotspot, the Wet n Wild floating Tiki bar, a liquor-only lounge drifting just off the coast and serving up strong drinks, good vibes, and unbeatable ocean views. Shalia Roll has the details.
Accessible by boat, jet ski, or even walking from the beach. The Wet n Wild Tiki Floating Bar provides an unparalleled setting for relaxation and socializing. Guests can enjoy refreshing drinks, basking in the Bahamian sun, or even dancing to live DJs. If you're searching for the perfect mix of sun, sea, and sips, look no further than the Wet n Wild Grand Bahama's very own floating Tiki bar. That's making a splash every weekend. Perched on crystal clear waters just off the coast, this one-of-a-kind bar is accessible by boat or straight from the beach, offering a tropical escape like no other. Whether you're arriving by jet ski or walking in from the sand, the experience begins the moment you step aboard. This isn't your average bar scene. There's no food, no frills, just liquor and laid-back island energy. Patrons can purchase everything from ice-cold beers to tropical rum cocktails, all served with a side of ocean breeze and sunshine.
Playing business has been great. We depend on our boaters, our jet skiers, as well as the public because it is accessible from shore. It's in walking distance. There's no fee to enter the bar. We just ask that you do not bring any outside beverages onto the bar.
Sundays are when the vibes peak as locals gather to unwind, dance, and float the day away. The music's pumping, the water's inviting, and the Tiki bar becomes a lively hub of laughter, conversation, and celebration.
Our temperatures are rising in Freeport. It's a little hot and humid at home, so it's a great experience for youngsters, those that enjoy the waters.
I felt like it was a bright sunny day. The water was calm when I walk out to the beach by my house, and then I
I said I need to come to the floating bar. This is one of the best places to be on Sunday.
So if your weekend plans need a splash of fun, grab your shades, leave your worries ashore, and float into paradise at the Wet and Wild Floating Tiki Bar, where the party is always on and the horizon is just a cocktail away.
Ladies and gentlemen, each and every Sunday, right here at the floating bar is the place to be, honestly. I love the vibes, calm, tranquil, you understand?
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rowe.
Well, first established in 1992, the Bahamas Turks and Caicos Islands Heritage Association is announcing its return to the Grand Bahama community through a weekend of events commemorating one of its founding members and local business conglomerate, Hadley Forbes. Event coordinator Arthur Jones says the weekend will begin with a motorcade starting in Sea Grape and concluding at the Junkanoo Beach Club as part of an all-family affair.
Yes, we are Bahamians, but we are going to be celebrating our Turks and Caicos heritage here. And so we are going to have these events almost annually because we really want to get after the best we have so we could mash up the Cat Island Association and domino tournaments and the Andros Association and so on, and the following years as we go forward.
And that's a look at stories making news. Sports is next after this commercial break.
Welcoming home. Get ready, Grand Bahama. The Welcoming Home Grand Expo and Empowerment Seminar is coming July 4th, 2025. Join us at the Grand Lucayan Convention Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for a day of inspiration, information, and opportunity. Hear key updates from the government and connect with top investors, entrepreneurs, and business leaders. Whether you're returning home or looking to grow your vision, this is your moment. The future of Grand Bahama is now. Be a part of it. That's Friday, July 4th at the Grand Lucayan. Don't miss it.
Just 50 miles off the coast of Florida lies a destination unlike any other. Welcome to Resorts World Bimini in the Bahamas, where vibrant culture means endless adventure. Relax on pristine beaches, savor Caribbean flavors, and sun-filled hotel stays. Whether it's a tranquil escape, night at the casino, or a weekend full of thrills, Bimini feels like a world away, but closer than you ever imagined. Your journey begins here, Resorts World Bimini.
Walk, run, or cycle in the Ministry for Grand Bahama's Welcoming Home 5K Road Race and Health Fair on Saturday, July 5th, beginning at 6 a.m. at the Harold de Gregory Complex. Bring the family for a morning of fitness, fun, and culture. Get free health screenings after the race and purchase a healthy breakfast from participating vendors. Registration is free. Go to ministryforgb.com to register today. From July 2nd through the 10th, Grand Bahama is the place to be. Don't miss the Welcoming Home Grand Cultural Festival in downtown Freeport, Saturday, July 5th, beginning at 7 p.m. Bahamian food, arts and crafts, kids corner, and live performances by Recon Bahamas, Sherrod Taylor, Nishi LS, Avi, and DMAC. Go to ministryforgb.com for the full welcoming calendar of events.
Problem gambling affects men and women, young and old, across the Bahamas, financially, mentally, and even physically. Family members and friends also deal with the serious consequences of a gambler's addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, reach out. Support is available. Speak to a trained counselor today at 242-425-2360. The Gaming Board for the Bahamas encourages you to gamble responsibly.
In the heart of the Bahamas, there once lay an unassuming island, scarred, forgotten, left behind by industry. A place that had given so much, but had been abandoned in return. It took a family whose legacy is deeply intertwined with the sea to see its potential. They saw not just an island, but possibilities to replace abandonment and desolation with life and beauty. The transformation of Ocean Cay was a collective effort, bringing together skilled workers, artisans, builders, and conservationists, combining passionate visionaries with Bahamian expertise, ensuring that Ocean Cay was not just a paradise, but a source of opportunity.
What's up, beautiful people? I'm Shane Stubbs with your evening sports update. First up, the Shockwave Elite 5 Flag Football League recently held their postseason award ceremony. There for the action was Matthew Martinborough. Here he is with that report.
The Shockwave Elite 5-on-5 Flag Football League hosting its first ever awards night to celebrate its bright stars of tomorrow, with trophies of respective team MVP and most improved to league MVP being given out by Commissioner Eugene McMins, who says the league wouldn't have made it without the support.
Other than that, I'm proud that I'm able to make it this far, and I'm looking forward to seeing the league even grow and get even bigger. And more so, I cannot wait for an opportunity to showcase Grand Bahamian talent to the world.
Winning league MVP is DeMonte Ferguson of the Shockwave Elite champions, the Warhawks. He says the award is bigger than just himself.
I really think that one of my players should have gotten it, but I really appreciate my coaches and everybody who helped me develop my skills and stuff like that.
With the formal season coming to an end, Commissioner McMinn says Shockwave is not done just yet.
This weekend right now, we're going to have the second annual Summer Blitz. This is going to be amazing. This will be the first time we're hosting other islands. NASA's going to bring 2 elite teams to play against our 5 or 7 teams that we have here. It's going to be an amazing tournament.
For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Next in sports, the City of Freeport Council's Central Grand Bahama Basketball Camp is in full swing at the St. George's Gymnasium, with over 100 campers learning the fundamentals of the game. Lending his talents is Coach Jay Philippe, who says the first week of camp was a huge success.
We wanted to make sure to give kids an opportunity in the inner city area, Central Grand Bahama, an opportunity to learn the sport of basketball. We're looking forward to the next week of more successful drills and camp instruction. We're going to have some competitive games at the end of camp with the award ceremony. And hopefully these campers can learn a lot from the summer camp to be able to help them in the regular season once school starts.
The final week of camp tips off this coming Monday, June 30th at the St. George's Gymnasium. And finally, on the tennis court, a few Grand Bahama players finishing with gold and silver medals at the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association's AID Junior Nationals over in the nation's capital. Jaleesa Clark won the under-18 girls title after defeating Sarai Clark in 3 sets. Caitlin Pratt finished as the under-14 girls runner-up after falling to Addison Monroe in 2 sets. And Tatiana Madu would fall to Monroe in the under-16 girls title game, coming away as the silver medalist.
And that's your check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Shane Stubbs, your Facebook friend of the day. What's up next?
From July 2nd through the 10th, Grand Bahama is the place to be. Don't miss the Welcoming Home Grand Cultural Festival in downtown Freeport, Saturday, July 5th, beginning at 7 p.m. Bahamian food, arts and crafts, kids corner, and live performances by Recon Bahamas, Sherrod Taylor, Nishi LS, Avi, and DMAC. Go to ministryforgb.com for the full welcoming calendar of events.
What is Business Fit? Business Fit is a group health insurance package offered by BAF Financial. What are some of the benefits of Business Fit? No deductible, dental and vision care, hospital room and board, surgical treatment, labs, medication and drugs, maternity, doctors, clinics, specialist visits, chemotherapy and radiation treatment, air and ground ambulance, and preventative care. Business Fit, offered by BAF Financial.
From July 2nd through the 10th, Grand Bahama is the place to be. Don't miss the Welcoming Home Grand Cultural Festival in downtown Freeport, Saturday, July 5th, beginning at 7 p.m. Bahamian food, arts and crafts, kids corner, and live performances by Recon Bahamas, Sherrod Taylor, Nishi LS, Avi, and DMAC. Go to ministryforgb.com for the full welcoming calendar of events.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Bet on yourself and gamble responsibly. This message is brought to you by the Gaming Board for the Bahamas.
Grand Bahama, it's the time of celebration. The Bahama Brass Band presents With a Shout, We'll March, celebrating a combined 170 years of service, duty, and music ministry. 100 years Nassau and 70 years Grand Bahama. With special guests, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Force Band, female contingent. Tickets are $20 in advance and $25 at the door. It's all happening at 7 p.m. Grand Lucayan Ballroom, Saturday, the 26th of July, 2025. With a shout, we'll march.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, over 100 regional aviation handlers unite to solve common problems while promoting the safe development of the industry. Also, a mixed bag of old and new faces as the Free National Movement unveils its first 17 candidates. And caught and charged, a suspect in Lennox Williams' killing faces a magistrate. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. The Bahamas secures significant funding to support its energy production efforts. The Board of Directors of the Export-Import Bank of the United States has approved a nearly $100 million deal for Focal Holdings Limited. According to EXIM's acting president and chairman James Cruz, the transaction allows the Bahamas to procure 2 pipelines, one for diesel, the other for natural gas, as well as 2 gas turbines. A thrilled U.S. chargé d'affaires to the Bahamas, Kimberly Furness, says this is another example of the country's strong partnership between the United States, adding that with EXIM support, the Bahamas will receive state-of-the-art U.S.-made turbines to bring fast and reliable power to New Providence. Well, in related news, the government has meantime signed key agreements for the importation and distribution of LNG, with plans to establish a dedicated LNG terminal integrated with both existing and new power generation facilities across the country. President and CEO of Focal Holdings Limited, Dexter Adderley, gives us an update on the partnership and the company's progress.
We do have a contract in partnership to develop an LNG terminal. That project is currently underway and it is progressing well. At the moment, we're in the phase of clearing land, doing land preparations. That work is going to continue perhaps another month or 2, followed by civil works construction on site.
Now, Focal has shifted into a critical new phase, installing gas turbine equipment essential for LNG storage and regasification.
That work will be completed by the end of August. That'll give us a total of 3 gas turbines that are able to consume LNG or natural gas. Followed by that, the works will be continuing on for the terminal itself to be able to receive, store, and regasify the LNG. Those works will continue for pretty much most of the remainder of the year, and come online, around the end of the year.
Well, no better time than now. Ministers from across the region meeting here in the capital to discuss efforts to address financial resilience and adaptation resulting from major disasters. Our Lloyd Allen has more on SEDIMA's opening ceremony at Government House.
In recent years, we have faced the unimaginable, from the devastation of Hurricane Dorian to the prolonged aftermath that followed. But from those ashes, we resolved to build a smarter, stronger, and more sustainable system for disaster risk management.
Outgoing Chair, the Honorable Carlton James of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, also highlighting the urgency of regional financial support.
And in 2021, when we thought we were recovering from the global health pandemic, the COVID-19, we had to deal with the 21 explosive eruptions of our Lassafré volcano. And we had to deal with SEDIMA. 20% of our country's population were displaced. And as we moved into recovery from the explosive eruption of the Lassafré volcano, then came a Category 4 hurricane, Beryl.
Acting Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, also expressed the importance of policy change in strengthening resilience.
The government of the Bahamas has made disaster risk governance a national priority. Grounded in legislation, the Disaster Risk Management Act 2022, institutional reforms and financial planning.
Cooper also adding the importance of sectoral support.
Despite contributing the least to global emissions, our countries are not just vulnerable to hurricanes or sea level rise. We are vulnerable to the domino effect these events unleash on food security, on tourism, on housing, on healthcare, on education, and our economies.
Officials are now coordinating a disaster readiness plan to mitigate the impact of major catastrophes, as well as strengthening its universal framework toward global support for vulnerable areas like the Bahamas. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Key aviation stakeholders from throughout the region also meeting as they mark the 20th anniversary conference of the Caribbean Aviation Handlers Association. Airline experts expected to review baggage handling policies, address workforce development, and share international aviation best practices. Director of Aviation and Deputy Director General of Tourism, Dr. Kenneth Romer, tells us why the Bahamas was chosen to host this year's summit.
We brought together some of the leaders and the shakers in the industry, but they're coming here not just for Beauty as a Country on their 20th anniversary, but they're coming here because the Bahamas has modeled what best practices look like in terms of aviation, in terms of airline handling, in terms of how we manage, again, the aviation ecosystem. So we're pleased to have about 100 or so persons and their families here in the Bahamas. It's big business, again, for the country. These are not just conference attendees. Many have brought their families. So they are Atlantis. These represents really heads and beds, and at the end of the day, monies into the pockets for our local entrepreneurs and stakeholders.
In other news this evening, Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honorable Frederick Mitchell, reiterating the country's stance on Haiti, enabling them to solve their own crisis with regional support. Addressing the Organization of American States General Assembly in St. John's, Antigua and Barbuda on Thursday, Minister Mitchell further noted that climate change is the #1 foreign policy issue for the Bahamas, in the process assuring the international community that the country is doing its part to mitigate the worst impacts of climate change, along with contributing to regional and global solutions.
For example, half the current debt stock of the Bahamas is derived from borrowing to finance response and recovery to climate-fueled storms. In an effort to meet some of its own needs, the Bahamas has embarked on innovative debt for nature swap arrangements, is building a blue carbon credits regime, and has developed the Bahamas Sustainable Investment Program, all of which we believe can serve as models for others in the region.
Well, 8 new faces, 4 of them women among 17 candidates the Free National Movement introduced last evening as its standard bearers in the next general election. And delivering the charge, the party's leader, who promised to deliver a change that would effectively address key social ills like poverty and crime. Felicity Darville has the story.
Therese Bootle, North Abaco. Omar Isaacs, West Grand Bahama and Bimini. Brian Brown, Golden Isles. Philippa Kelly, Central and South Eleuthera. Dr. Nicholas Fox, Fox Hill. Jeremy Sweeting, Central and South Abaco. Arinthia Komalafi, Carmichael. Michael Folks, Golden Gates. Ricky Mackey, North Eleuthera. Jacqueline Penn Knowles, Marathon. Carlton Boleg, North Anderson, the Berry Islands. Ellsworth Johnson, Yamacraw. Darren Henfield, South Beach. Adrian White, St. Anne's. Kwesi Thompson, East Grand Bahama. Deborah Moxie, Exuma and Ragged Island. And Marvin Dames, Mount Moriah. These are the candidates that will vie for parliamentary seats on behalf of the Free National Movement. Party leader, the Honorable Michael Pintard, utilized a strategy, giving a vote of confidence to candidates who, for the most part, were born and bred or live in the constituencies they hope to represent.
We're here to say change is here, and this unstoppable change will take this country back island by island, constituency by constituency, street by street.
Mr. Pintard said that although there is progress in the country, the current administration still has not adequately addressed poverty and crime.
For all we have accomplished, the truth of the matter is far too many people are moving 2 times a year, because they can't afford where they are and they're struggling to find something cheaper. Sometimes 2 and 3 families are sharing the same house, and yet this government has not been able to devise a program robust enough to meet the demand for many people who are looking for stability. Yes, we've accomplished a lot, but the system is broken, where we can't find politicians who have the will to deal with the immigration matter and who don't recognize that we have a crime crisis. That's why we bring these candidates to you, because they will make a difference.
17 candidates, 1 mission. They say that mission is to usher in a new chapter in nation building in the Bahamas, led by the Free National Movement. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
Now, when asked to respond to last evening's rollout of F&M candidates, Progressive Liberal Party Chairman and Fox Hill MP Fred Mitchell said this.
I mean, who they nominate is their business. But I got to tell you that the country was generally underwhelmed by those choices. They had this big buildup, but really underwhelming. And I feel sorry for Michael Pintard. He just doesn't have the soldiers to go to war with. They were using as a statistic the fact that they had 30,000 views on Facebook. But I could tell you, Facebook views don't vote. He needs to win hearts and minds. So I wouldn't count on that either. What I would say, though, is the Progressive Liberal Party is serious about its work. Our people are in the field. The Progressive Liberal Party is focused on making sure that our cadres are in good shape to meet whatever the battle is going to be in this next general election.
Coming up, the country's next generation of teachers ready to accept the charge. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. That and more when we return.
The looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Hi, I know you weren't expecting to see me here. Now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. It's true. Come on in.
Introducing the Doritos Kentucky Chicken Sandwich, a delicious combination of KFC's juicy original recipe extra large filet, stacked with real Doritos nacho cheese chips for a loud cheesy crunch in every bite. It's bold, it's crunchy, and it's only $8.95. KFC and Doritos, a crunch that's finger licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
After I was in a plane crash in June 1983, I lost my left arm. I had some good friends, came along, fishing guides. They said, man, we can teach you to fly fish. Exhumo. Can you see? Look at it, man. One of the nicest places you want to be in the world. There were challenges learning to cast, learning to put a fly on a leader, learning to tie the different knots for me as a handicapped individual. As a matter of fact, I don't really feel handicapped because I could do everything, man. Anything anybody could do, I think I could do it too. Because with your mindset to do anything, no matter what you are, what you look like, what's happening to you, you can do it. Persons in our positions, it's hard to get fundings and very, very expensive. SBDC would be helpful in regards to help funding people with disabilities. So nothing is impossible if you're disabled. Any kind of disability. Put faith in God and trust God. Believe you will overcome.
Wait. What you doing there?
Oh, you didn't know it? Popeye's giving up the $5,000 for summer, dog.
Stop that.
All you gotta do is purchase a NOLA box. Any Popeye's location, you can even enter online to win a NOLA box. What that is? That's a chicken sandwich, 2 tenders, fries, apple pie, drink for $13.95.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
You're looking at a shot of Long Wharf at the Western Esplanade of West Bay Street. That shot courtesy of drone pilot Neville Smith. Welcome back. Tomorrow's leaders are soaring higher than ever, not just to teach, but to lead with impact. The Future Educators Leadership Program is empowering students to become the voice of change in education. Amaya Moss has the story.
In a country where education cries out for innovation, reform, and resilience, 128 students are standing up to answer that call. Under the banner of the Future Educators Leadership Program, these high schoolers aren't just waiting for change. They've proven they are the change. The 2025 National Conference includes students handpicked for their drive, discipline, and deep sense of purpose.
After one of my teachers, Mrs. Tamika Fox, motivated me and taught me that teaching is more than just the money. It is the emotional aspect behind it. Seeing your future students grow up and excel is really what drove her to it, and she said it would be a good experience for me to have as well.
I chose to join Teachers Cadet because I always had a passion of teaching since young. I just always loved to lead and help others, and I feel as though the Teachers Cadet program really would guide me in that right direction that I need to become a future teacher.
Windsor School mathematics teacher and a proud product of the Future Educators Leadership Program, Shakia Pickering, is on the mission to flip the script on how teaching is viewed. She claims it has not only fueled her mindset, but also ignited her purpose. Her message to the young dreamers: turn out the hate and step into this calling with pride, driving home reality that teaching isn't just a fallback, it's the foundation.
Teachers are the profession of professions. We produce every single profession. So whether people like to, downplay teaching a little bit and kind of discourage others from going into teaching, it is indeed the profession of professions. And I think I don't need to say anything else beyond that.
In a world that often overlooks the teacher, this program dares to raise educators who lead from the front. And the 128 students today are standing as a clear indication that education won't just be taught, it will be transformed. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Well, the Teacher Cadet program comes just as the Ministry of Education reports strong academic gains across the country, with Family Island schools showing significant success. With honor roll increases to top national exam scores, officials say new programs and stronger partnerships are helping students thrive. Our summer intern, Lyle Maycock, reports.
Director of Education Dominique McCartney-Russell says public schools across the country are seeing improved academic results and new pathways to success, with improved honor roll rates to expanded dual enrollment programs. She says the goal is to give every child the opportunity to excel.
What we've done is we have ensured that we provided training for our teachers, number one, training for all new school administrators. We've been very strategic in our focus on building the foundational skills at the lower primary in particular, and so there was a curriculum reform in that area. And so we're always cognizant of the need to ensure that students in the rural areas get the support that they need. And so that's one of the reasons why we've also optimized our virtual platform so that students have access to other opportunities that students in New Providence have.
McCartney-Russell emphasized strengthening the home-to-school connections, citing the importance of parental involvement.
We want to create a stronger link between the home and the school, because the studies show that, students whose parents are involved in their educational pursuits, they do much better.
The education director says Family Island students are increasingly taking advantage of partnerships with Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute and the University of the Bahamas, as well as overseas opportunities.
Show our students the various career opportunities at BTVI, and we create that link between them and our students.
While progress has been made over the years, records indicate that more than 30% of students do not sit BJC math and English examinations. However, mitigation efforts are in place.
In 18 schools, academic success coaches, they provide that targeted support for those students who are at risk for failure. But beyond that, we also have the peer tutoring, and we've ensured that our students of distinction, that they support their peers, because the studies show that that actually helps as well.
The ministry says the focus remains on creating quality education and holistic opportunities for all students in the Bahamas. Reporting for the Bahamas tonight, I'm Lyle Maycock.
The police commissioner delivering on a promise. A week to the day, police confirmed his capture. Suspected killer Ronald Telford today appeared in a magistrate court to be formally charged with the murder and armed robbery of Reserve Inspector Lennox Williams. As the court heard, Williams was depositing more than $38,000 for 2 service stations when he was approached by a gunman. During a shootout between the two sides, Williams was shot and killed, as the case with one of the robbers. The alleged killer, Telford, was not required to enter pleas to the charges. Further, he was denied bail. The matter picks up on September 4th. Well, standing room only in St. Mary the Virgin Church Wednesday evening as family, friends, and supporters gathered to honor the life of slain Police Reserve Inspector Lennox Williams. Williams remembered as a remarkable relative, friend, and colleague.
We'd like to honor Lennox for the way he lived, which was very well with everyone.
Lennox was one of the best human beings that God has ever created. He was kind, he was dependable, he was always there. The life of the party, anything positive you can say about a human being, that was Lennox.
We have definitely lost a real gentleman and a kind and loving person.
He had so many wonderful plans for our organization, and I was just so proud of him that he was actually about to carry them out, and he knew how to delegate to the rest of us.
Heaven has won an angel, a very special angel.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1, our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2, Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3, our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Happy Independence Bahamas! Let's celebrate 50+1 together with a unique Janae's Uniform Center Independence print, dry fit polo or t-shirts, ribbons and pole bows in black, gold, and aquamarine. Janae's special family package includes buy 2 adults and 3 children Independence polos or t-shirts and get 15% off. Outfit your staff for a special Independence dress of week or day with a different design. For more than 30 pieces of Janae's Independence polos or t-shirts, get up to 25% discount. Janae's Uniform Center Chesapeake Road Independence Selections. Choose your favorite and celebrate 50+1.
Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Exuma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is producing work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching our young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass that along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
Are you straight? Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you went on a live?
Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
The Leno Group of Companies' new headquarters is now operational. Our Anthea Ferguson had a brief tour and chat with the founder about designing, building, and finally moving into their new home.
It sits atop Collins Avenue, the newly built 6-story glass structure that truly catches the eye. And for many, it may be just another beautifully designed edifice, but for CEO, founder, and president of Leno Group of Companies, Sean Longley, it's the home he's always dreamed of.
I always knew I wanted to own my own space. I would have gone to Shanghai in 2014 and would have seen the buildings there and was fascinated by the glass, all the glass buildings. So through the real estate company, Leno Realty, we started looking for locations where we thought we'd be best suited. And lo and behold, this was available. And we put in a bid for it, we got it, and here we are.
Longley says the smart, eco-friendly design adds to the building's cool factor. He says the structure's architects wanted to make sure the building was as self-sufficient as possible.
The glass is hurricane rated. It can withstand up to 250-mile-per-hour winds. The blue isn't just for blue, for pretty. It's actually UV protected, so the sun rays really wouldn't affect you.
But the nearly 53,000 square foot building, which was built by nearly 200 Bahamian workers, isn't just for show. It's a space where Leno's staff and clients can thrive.
We have work areas. You could just go and sit with televisions and stuff like that. A lot of the staff would have children. They get out at 3 p.m. from school. They actually have their own room. So they have their TVs, they can sit at the table, do their homework, eat whatever they need, and they're outside of our space.
As for Leno, the CEO says the new building is just the start of more growth that's on tap for the company.
We're opening our first office in Abaco. So for growth, yeah, that's the first step. We want to get into the islands, we want to get in regionally and internationally, and we've already started that.
Dawn and Marlena join us live at this juncture for a sneak peek of what's coming up in Access Now. Ladies, give it to me.
Well, because we have something very unique for you. We have Sam Robinson. He's going to play the guitar for us leading into the weekend. Marlena, you seem to be enjoying that.
Oh, yeah, because, you know, it's Friday. So I'm always looking forward to Entertainment Friday. We've, like, I love live music.
Yes,
so the fact that we actually, like, have the instruments in today, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So a mini concert over there.
Yes,
Stay with us. The National Report is back after the break.
Diet-friendly special.
Like, where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Hey, Marcos, boy. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, boy.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, boy.
I need the $10 special plate. How many would you like? 20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
When your hands are too full, life is just too complicated. Nala, Sally, come here. Uncomplicate. Go faster, safer, greener with the digital way to pay. With Tap to Pay, it's as easy as a gentle touch. No more headaches. Say hello to convenience. The future of pay is digital with options like credit cards, debit cards, online banking, and digital wallets. Make every experience unforgettable. Embrace the ease of digital payments today.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad